What if I told you that most of the thoughts, possibly all of the thoughts that you have day in, day out, are not your own? What if I told you that the way that you think, process information, which also affects the way that you emotionally respond, which also affects the way that you physically respond and show up in the world every day, that all of that was planted in you by other people, that your practice behaviors, the way that you say things, your mannerisms, the way that you believe was all planted in you by other people. So some of you might be saying, no, I got my own mind. I think my own thoughts. I'm my own person. But are you really? Let's see, right? So there's this documentary that was done. It's a 3-part documentary. It's called Discovery of Self, right? And in Discovery of Self, it's where we kind of get modern day marketing techniques and tactics from. So in Discovery of Self, they found out that there are a few ways to mobilize people to have them do whatever you want them to do, to have them think in a specific way, which is according to their design, right? And so one of the top 2 ways to make people docile and do whatever you want them to do is through politics and religion, right? Because politics say to be a part of this specific party, we think a certain way, we behave a certain way, we believe a certain way, we do things and we invest in things a certain way. Religion says that we serve a certain way, that we live a certain way, that we believe a certain way, that we do ritualistic things that make us holy, that we, show up specific places on a regular basis because that is a part of being in that culture, right? But is that authentic to who you are? Is those thoughts that were planted in you, those belief systems that were embedded into you by systematics of politics, systematics of religion, systematics of your family, systematics of your school system, systematics of life, your employer, and all these experiences that you have had since birth until now that have shaped you and molded you into the person that you are today? If you really look deep into yourself, are you happy? Are you excited about waking up every day and going forth and living your life? And if so, why not? Why not? Why aren't you excited about your life? Why aren't you excited about your experiences in life if you're your own person and you have your own mind and you make up your own thoughts and you do your own actions and you have your own beliefs? Then why? Why is not every experience in your reality joyous and overflowing with abundance and the things that you desire to see and having the experiences that you desire to have? And it's because most people live lives that are not true and authentic to what they truly desire or who they were created in purpose and mandated to be. Most people live their lives according to the expectations of other people. And so most people are miserable and they never rise to even the half. I can't even say full potential. They never rise to even the half of their potential of what they were called and designed to do. You are a trichotomy of a person. You are body, you are mind, you are emotions, right? And we've talked about before that thought plus emotions equal creation. And there's a school of thought that people think you can just think your way to, a new reality. And that's a part of it. Or you can just do different things that will bring forth a new reality. And that's a part of it. Or you could just feel your way with your vibrational emotion to a new reality. And that's a part of it. But it's all of these parts of you that are necessary and needed for you to transform your reality and be whoever you were created to be. Because that's the person that the world is waiting for. That's the person that you're waiting for. That's the person that deep down inside is rooting and waiting to come out and shine and show forth in the world, in the earth, right? Because again, you are powerful. You have a mandate on your life, and no one can do what you're called to do. And so we shrink down, though, right? We shrink down, though, because all of these things are not working together in tandem. For example, let's go back to the releasing of weight. But most of you say losing weight. I want to lose weight, right? We want to drop the poundage. We're going to get our snatch on. We're going to have our summer body and all these different things. So most people, what do? We change behaviors. We say we're going on a diet. A diet is a modification to your regular eating habits, right? So we're going to go on a diet, in a temporary time, we are going to do this modified eating behavior to get results. But what happens? The results do not last because modifications are only temporary. And it was because we only implemented action and we did not pull in mind, which is your thoughts, your belief systems, and our emotions, which is the vibration that fuels beliefs and makes it your reality, into the implementation of our actions, that we did not have lasting results. I'm going to say that again. Something as simple as getting to a healthier weight or becoming healthier, right? So that's even a change in mindset right there. We went from we're losing weight for a particular reason, right? We want to fit into a particular dress. We want to, wear a bathing suit this summer. We, whatever our reason is. But that is singularly focused. So we hit a modification, which was only temporal. But if you want to see lasting changes in your reality, you have to tie in your mind, your emotions, and your actions together. They work in unison for you to bring forth a change, a lasting transformation in your reality, right? And so going from I need to lose weight to I need to be the healthiest version of myself, whatever that is. And so the healthiest version of myself, what does the healthiest version of myself look like? What does the healthiest version of myself do? What are the actions that they take? What does the healthiest version of myself believe? How does the healthiest version of myself show up emotionally, right? Now we have transformation that is happening because we have engaged every part of us. And so when I'm focused on being the healthiest version of myself, whether I am 155 or I'm a curvy thick chick at 200, am I the healthiest version of myself? Because skinny does not mean or equal healthy, right? It's not the same. So even understanding the concepts that we tell ourselves, because skinny is your goal. If skinny is your goal, then a lot of people get to skinny in unhealthy ways, right? They do these fad diets. They go into disorders like bulimia and anorexia, right? They take fasting to a whole nother level to where they are starving themselves and the body is not getting the vitamins and nutrition and things that it needs, the protein that it needs to survive and be healthy and strong. Why? Because we were only trying to modify our behavior, our actions, and we did not transform our mind. We did not deal with emotional unhealthiness within us. And so, if you really want to see transformation in your life, first of all, you need to understand yourself. Understand yourself. Understand your identity. Who are you? What is it that you like? What is it that you dislike? What is it that you really truly believe? And you don't really know what you truly believe until an obstacle comes up that pushes up against that belief, right? So for a lot of my audience, we're Christian. And some of us grew up Christian, right? We were raised in the church. But there had to become a point in time where the religion and the practices that your mama them gave you, your grandmama them gave you, your daddy them gave you, which was their relationship that you saw demonstrated before you, that if you were going to continue to be a Christian, a disciple of Christ, a kingdom person, that you had to decide whether this is my belief, this is my God, this is my religion, right? You had to decide for yourself. And so, what do you really believe? What do you really believe about you? Do you believe that all things are possible because you believe? Or do you believe in glass ceilings and limitations because you're a person of color, or you're a woman, or you live in America, or you're from the ghetto, or you didn't go to college, or you didn't graduate from college, or you got a GED, or your car broke down, or you got $0 in your bank account, or you got negative in your bank account? Like, what do you really believe about yourself? Because all those things are external to you, and they make no consequence of how great you are. You were born great. You were born legendary. You do not have to get better. You are perfect right now as you are. What you do need to do is heighten your awareness. Heighten your awareness, expand your awareness of who you are. What is your identity? What are you purposed for? What are you designed and called to do? What are your strengths? What are your skills? What are your the way that you flow that's authentic and unique to you? And then you step into that so fully, so wholeheartedly, that your mind, your emotions, your actions just automatically flow and exhibit this place, because that is your place of flow. That is your place of God force that comes forth. That is your place of Godfidence, as Marshawn says, right? So what is your real identity? You really just sit down with yourself and say, who am I? Who am I? Right? And we're not talking about accolades again. We're not talking about titles. We're not talking about I'm a mom. Okay, that's a title. You're way more than a mom. If you're a mom, you're way more than a daughter. You're way more than a sister. You're way more than a coworker. Whatever title you want to give yourself, you're way more than that. So when you get to the deep down heart of things, who are you? Right? Who are you? What are you called to do in the earth? Your life is not just a coincidence, a happenstance. You did not, just move from, what they say came from amoebas in science or whatever. They're retracting that as we grow or whatever. But anyway, we're not going to dive into the creation verse scientific right now. But you're not just present on the earth just to be la 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 every single day, or miserable every single day, or confused every single day, or depressed every single day, or running in circles, distracted every single day. A lot of people think that the power of the enemy that you call the devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever, is that he showing up and he doing all these things to you. He's sabotaging all these things and he is just after you and your destiny and all this stuff. But the greatest power, and if you don't believe me, just look at the accounts throughout biblical history. His greatest power is the power of deception, the power to make you not know or question who you are, who you are, and all of the power and the authority that you possess based on who you are. There's this passage in the Bible that talks about that there is a prince, right? A young prince. And when the young prince becomes king, because he's young, let's say he's 5, he is as a slave because he doesn't know king. He doesn't know what it means to be king. He's 5, right? He know he is king, but he doesn't know everything that that entails. And so he has other people who are older than him who have taken on the responsibility of managing his kingdom and operating in his stead until he becomes of age. But essentially, the one who is called to rule the sphere, the one who is called to legislate, does not know their proper place, cannot function in their proper place because they don't know their proper place. And so they have people who are not supposed to be in that place, actually ruling and reigning and functioning as their voice with their authority, with their power in their place. Where in your life are you allowing other people to rule and reign and speak and dominate in your place, where you should be ruling, where you should be speaking, where you should be legislating, where you should be having dominion and abundance and showing up? But you have given that over, that power, that authority to other people. Because remember, there is no lack. There is only abundance, right? We talked about that before. There is only abundance. Now, it may be an abundance of something that you do not want, but it is still abundance. So where have you given your abundance over to someone else to bring into your reality a overflowing amount of things that you do not want? Because your mind, your emotions, and your actions have not produced a reality and an atmosphere where you show up as the highest expression of who you are. So again, where in your life, I go back to the very first question, where in your life, what areas, relationships, finances, health, where in your life are you allowing the belief systems of other people, the expectations of other people, the assignments of other people to stifle, to block, to cut off you from being who you were called and purposed and designed to be? That's keeping you from waking up every single day with peace and joy and an overflow because you love yourself so intently and you take care of yourself so strategically and so purposefully, and you show up for you first, and then you're able to show up for others from your place of overflow because you are in alignment with what God has said about you. You are in alignment with who God has designed, made, and called, formed, shaped, and purposed you to be. I promise you, it is a different existence when you get to that place. A lot of us think that, we can pray, and we go to these, we go to churches or religious gatherings, and, in that atmosphere, you experience God and worship in a different way. And you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. The power of God fell, and, Holy Spirit moved, and transformation happened. And then when you get back home, it's like crickets. You don't have that same experience in your home life, in your home times of whatever. Why? Why is it the same God, same Holy Spirit, same you? So what's the problem? You're the problem. You are not showing up authentically as yourself. You're not showing up open. You're not scheduling time to go deep in the things of God, go deep in the things of yourself, right? Because they work in tandem. You are one with God, God is one with you, right? And so cultivating that relationship and cultivating who you are, the expression, the extension of heaven that you are, requires, and you're responsible for, time and effort and work, right? It's not just a cakewalk. Well, it is, right? But you have to build yourself up to that place. You have to discipline yourself in worship, in times of prayer, in times of meditation, in times of, whatever your morning routine, it includes journaling and visualization, right? You have to be disciplined in those things. We're actually not called to be Christians, we're called to be disciples. And disciples get results. We are a duplication of Christ. And Christ got results. So look around your life, and wherever you're not getting results that reflect kingdom and abundance and truth of your identity, no worries. Because again, you're perfect. You just need to open up your awareness. So now that you become aware, and if you truly desire to see abundance flow into that place, then you do the work to bring your mind, right? Your logic, your thinking, your thought processes, your emotions, how you feel, and what you do into alignment to bring forth abundance in that place, in that sphere of your rule. Because you are in control. You are in control. No one outside of you is in control. You are in control. And so it's time for us to take ownership of the dominion that has been placed in our hands and actually rule as the queens that we were created to be.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's session. I would love to hear your feedback. Did you enjoy the content? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What was your biggest takeaway? Please share it in the comments. And we went so much more into depth inside of the live Audacity to Rule chamber, but I can't share that information with you because the Audacity to Rule chamber is a place where the queens can come to be vulnerable, to receive community of love, to be imparted and impacted so they can be the highest expression of themselves. And so we would love for you to join us live inside the Audacity to Rule, and you can get your exclusive link by simply texting A2R to 844-904-3366. See you on the inside.